It seems so much bigger to me.
Does it?
Maybe it's fatter. Ours are taller. It's got more girth.
You like girth?
Well, you got none.
Yeah.
Pinon.
Pinon. Pinon.
Pinon.
Pinon.
You get the idea.
A little pinon here, a little pinon there.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. A well-bodied, is that the right
I like
terminology?
that. Well-bodied.
Yeah. And it dominates and it overwhelms, and that's what you're left with. It's a smooth operator.
And you usually get a wood or campfire. You get the wood.
The morning wood.
You get the morning wood. You get the morning wood, you get the evening wood. Smell my wood. Hi everyone.
I'm Janet.
I'm Jason.
We're
Gumbo Mud. We're here.
For dark beer.
And today, straight from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh yeah. Ooh. This big dog is Pinon.
Pinon. Pinon.
Pinon.
Pinon.
Pinon. Coffee porter. I hope I'm saying that right.
Pinon coffee porter, yeah.
Pinon coffee porter. It's a collab between Pinon Coffee and Rio Bravo Brewing Company.
Yeah.
And most importantly, this is from my Instagram friend. His username is Dude on a Beer Trip. So definitely find him on Instagram. It's dude underscore on underscore. You get the idea.
Yeah.
Dude on a beer trip with all sorts of underscores. So find him, follow him. Great guy. We exchanged beers. We sent him SoCal beers. He sent us New Mexico beers.
Yeah, very grateful to have this. Yeah,
yes.
And try it. Yeah.
Right. So this is the first one we're trying, and it's a 6.7% ABV.
Yeah.
And I think we mentioned they're out of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yep. Out of Albuquerque. Yeah.
Yes.
Pinon.
Pinon. It reminds, we said earlier, it reminds us of
Pinot Noir.
Right, which is French.
Right.
And I think this has a Spanish twist on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Just a little brief history about the brewery itself, which I couldn't find too much.
Yeah.
The historical Firestone Company abandoned building, constructed in 1949, was restored into their tap room. The pictures look amazing. It kind of, to me, had an Al Smith vibe to it, with like the open ceiling and the ductwork, and kind of even the same color scheme.
Yeah, there's some pictures on the website of them. Construction.
Really?
Under construction.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a beer garden, a stage, TVs, game room, patio. They host meetings, events, all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah.
And, right, so that was constructed in 1949.
1949,
They have, also they have 24 beers on tap, which that's a plentiful amount. So I would think you can find something you like.
Yeah, that's great that they have that many variety. Yeah, they purchased that building in 2014 and then opened in 2015. So they're 5 years. 5 years old, so which is great.
Yeah.
The owner is Randy Baker, and director of brew operations is John Seabrooks, and he's a 26-year veteran of the brewing industry. So
impressive.
Really good friends. Randy made there 26 years, and then the head brewer, Ty Levy. Is that how you pronounce it? How would you pronounce
Levy
it?
Or Levi's?
Levi's.
Levi.
Levi's. He's got 22-year experience. So both these guys over 20 years experience. So
way to go, Randy.
Right?
Quite the headhunter.
Yeah, exactly. So you would think he's friends with these guys or something like to pull these guys. And so, and then this beer won first place at the Brussels Beer Challenge 2018. So
Sweet.
yeah, so it'd be interesting to see what Brussels judges like.
Exactly.
A little pignon here, a little pignon there.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, so not much on their website.
Right.
Not a lot of history or anything like that, just about the building and things like that. But they're, I think they're right downtown Albuquerque.
Have you been there before?
I haven't been to this brewery in Albuquerque,
No. Okay.
but I've been to a couple breweries in Albuquerque, and Albuquerque is a great, beautiful city. Yeah, I really like it there. So, yeah, cool place.
I do think I remember seeing on their website all the hot air balloons, which they're known for their hot air balloon festival. I don't know if that's the appropriate name, but
yeah, I forget.
Yeah, but I think I remember seeing that all over their website. So
yeah, New Mexico's a cool state, so it's great. Yeah,
drink some beer, getting a hot air balloon, and
I have had some good beer there in New Mexico. So craft beer, So
okay,
right, ready?
Do it on a beer trip.
Yeah,
here we go.
Let's crack this Pinon growler.
We're going to take our own little trip here to New Mexico with this. Is this an unusually large crawler? It seems.
Does it?
Yeah, it seems way bigger than we get here.
No, it's a 32
Which,
ounce.
if that's the case, we need to pack up and go to New Mexico because I like them big.
Ounce. 32 ounce growler, yeah. Here
Really?
we go.
It seems so much bigger to me.
Does it?
Maybe it's fatter. Ours are taller. It's got more girth.
You like girth?
I swear this is not what we get here in California.
Yep.
It is.
Size, yep.
You're sure?
Yeah, same size growler.
Way to go, Pinon.
Yeah, Pinon. So, appearance. What you think?
Well,
Poured pretty light. But I mean, it's a 6.7, so
6.7 porter.
Yeah.
So we're not in brown ale or stout land.
Right.
Really light head.
Yeah.
Which
it's under 7.
Well, you got none.
Yeah. It all came off the top.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
It looks fairly dark. The pour was light, but now that it's in, it looks pretty substantial. I definitely see a lot of coffee, espresso aspects of the darkness. The head is really light.
Yeah.
Really
light.
It's cream. It's not white. It's cream, but it's a little light for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with a 4.
Okay.
Just kind of go in. It's definitely above average, but I'm just gonna start with a 4.
Okay. Yeah, I went average. I went a 3. It looks average to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it looks kind of light even yours. Like it's okay, but it looks kind of light for a porter. Like you said, it's almost like a brown ale kind of color when it poured, and I don't know. It's just not looking anything great to me. So I think it looks average. So I gave it a 3. So aroma.
All right.
Pinon coffee. So we should get a lot of coffee flavor, right?
Right. Well, see, I didn't do this, so that's nice. So
a lot of carbonation, little bubbles.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you get for aroma?
Wow.
You getting coffee?
Yeah, there's it's primarily coffee. It's a bitter
coffee,
bitter roast, espresso, dark roast.
Yeah. What else?
Really?
Wow.
Not much sweetness. I think it's just going to be a straight coffee beer.
Yeah. Well, that's what it says. You know.
Maybe like a touch of smokiness.
That's what I'm getting. I'm getting almost got like a cigarette.
I was just gonna say,
right? I was
gonna say ashtray.
Ashtray, yes, yeah.
I got some ashtray smokiness.
Boy, it does smell like an ashtray. Yeah, it's smokiness. I know they said kind of wood smoke and like a dark roasted espresso, but I'm getting ashtray.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Woo.
Boom. My grandparents were smokers,
Mine were too. Oh,
we'd ride up to Cubs games and we'd go fishing, and I'd be in the middle next to him, just like taking in the secondhand smoke. So
it wasn't a cigar; it was a cigarette.
No, cigarettes. Yeah.
Cigarettes, yeah.
So I'm no stranger to secondhand smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is bumping.
Woo.
But I am getting the coffee, so
A little bit.
I'm getting more coffee.
You get more coffee?
You're getting more
I'm getting
ashtray.
Yeah. I am. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Ooh.
I'm going to go with a 3.5 on the aroma with a question mark at the end.
Yeah.
It's kind of half espresso or coffee and half ashtray.
I wonder if head brewer Ty is a smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what'd you give it? 3.5?
3.5, yeah.
I gave it a 2.
Half and half.
I'm not getting much coffee. I'm getting a little half. That's what it needs, half and half. I gave it a 2 because it smells like an ashtray. Like I can immediately smell like a cigarette, and then when you said ashtray, I'm like, oh yeah, it's someone smoking next to an ashtray, which they usually do. Yeah.
Smoke.
Like yeah, because you can smell the smoke, and it kind of said smokiness.
Don't you think it's somebody smoking next to a beer, so you don't get any
I get
beer,
the ashtray.
or smoking
Man,
next
I'm getting
to a
ashtray.
coffee?
I'm getting ashtray. Well, I'm getting ashtray bad. Oh my god, yeah. Like a Marlboro Light ashtray, or no, Marlboro Red. Yeah, it's like, woo. Okay, all right, taste. You first.
Thanks. Could you light my smoke?
Taste the ashtray. Yeah. Wow, I've never smelled like we've had smoky beers, and you usually get a wood or campfire. You get the wood.
The morning wood.
You get the morning wood. You get the morning wood. You get the evening wood. No, we usually get a campfire kind of smell, and this is like ashtray, like bad.
I'm sweating.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Like
okay.
can I smell yours? Yours actually smell mine. Smell my wood. No, smell.
I think mine smells the same.
Dude, I think yours smells a little better. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Anyway, taste.
Here we go.
Taste. See what this Pinon tastes like. And you don't like smoke, so no, you're not as like the smoky flavors. What you got?
The taste really, it tastes exactly like it smells.
Oh no, don't say that.
No, it's not. I guess maybe a step up.
Okay.
I get some chocolatiness, which I don't think that was mentioned. It's bitter, but it's not. You're twitching. It's not overly bitter to me. Like I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty smooth.
It's smooth, yeah.
It's smooth.
I'll give it that. Yeah, it's smooth. I'm getting a lot of bitterness.
I'm getting it, but it's not like I don't love bitterness. I don't love high IBUs, but this is pretty good.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. Yeah.
It's hard to get past the aroma for me. Like when I'm bringing it up to drink it, I almost.
It is me too.
Right.
But the taste, it redeems itself a little bit. I mean, it's not. I definitely like sweeter beers. This one is. I really don't get much sweetness, but.
So what do you give it?
I'm gonna stick with a 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's kind of nice.
It is a smooth beer.
Yeah.
Especially for 6.7. It's pretty bitter to me. It's not overly bitter. I've had more bitter beers, but it is bitter. There's a touch of probably the chocolate, a little bit of chocolate, but I'm getting a lot of the ashtray-ish smokiness to it. It's and maybe the aroma is just so strong for me that's what's coming across, but I get no sweetness at all.
Yeah.
None. So I gave it a 2.5. I think it's below average for me. So what about the texture?
The texture, considering the 6.7% ABV for the Pinon.
For the Pinon.
I think the texture's kind of. I think it's right in line.
I think it's good.
I think it's really good.
It's a smooth beer.
It's a smooth drinker. It's a smooth operator. I think it's pretty good. I think it tastes creamier and more.
Yeah.
More well-bodied. Is that the right?
I like that. Well-bodied.
Yeah. I think the texture is a little higher than you would expect than for a
6.7.
than for a 6.7.
Yeah.
I like it. It's creamy.
Yeah.
Job well done on
Yeah.
the texture. So I'm going to give it, I'm going up to a 4.5. Like, this is an impressive bodied beer considering the ABV.
Yeah.
4.5.
Yeah, that's what I gave it. I think the body's great. I think it's more than a 6.7, and it's
nice,
it's so smooth. It's just hard for me to get past the aroma, and then the taste is bitter. But if I can put all that aside, which I am for texture, it's a well-bodied beer. It's extremely smooth. The carbonation is actually really, really good too, and it's so smooth. Like, I almost think this is like an 8.
Yeah, it's great.
8.9, 8 or 8.5 or 9. It's
8.9.
8.9. It's exactly an 8.9. No, it's between an 8 and a 9 for me for body and texture, and it's a 6.7. So yeah, I like the texture of this beer a lot. So yeah, we both gave it a 4.5. So what about the finish?
Okay, on to the finish.
Oh, man, the aroma, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This beer takes you on all sorts of levels. The finish is very, it's not that it's bitter, it's almost acidic, which I would think comes from the bitterness. But I don't get a strong sense of bitterness. It's just like that acidic taste that you get in the back of your palate.
Yeah.
And it dominates and it overwhelms, and that's what you're left with. It's a clean, dry finish. It's super, super dry, but the acidity is just bumping.
It hits you.
Yeah.
You have that bitterness from the middle towards the end, and then boom, the acidity hits you. But then, like you said, it finishes kind of clean and dry, but that acidity does hit you.
And if you have ever smoked a cigarette in your life, which I have back in my day, you know, as much as we mentioned the ashtray aroma, you also get, like, you just smoked a stogie. You get,
a little bit,
you like I used to drink Miller Lite and smoke Marblites back when I was a teenager, and that's kind of the combination I'm getting. So, I'm going to give it a 3.5 on the finish.
Really?
Yeah.
To give it above average? Mm-hmm. I gave it a 2.5. It's a little below average for me. I do like how clean it finishes, but you do get that acidic kick, and then you still get a little bit of that ashtrayness. You know? Yeah. That's that little bit, but it does, but then it kind of goes away. So I almost want to give it an average 3, but it's just.
What'd you give it?
I gave it a 2.5.
Okay,
it's just
you went
not
pretty low.
Yeah, it's just not there. And like I said, the acidity, the way it's bitter, then acidity, then a little bit ashiness, and then it kind of goes away.
Right.
And it's not like I want to keep drinking it. So anyway, so yeah, I gave it a 2.5. So yeah. So Janet, what do you give Pinon Coffee Porter by Rio Bravo Brewing Company?
Okay, I am giving this beer a 3.8 out of 5.0.
It's just amazing.
It's
amazing how you can even get that in a beer.
It's got a lot going on for sure.
That is crazy.
The smokiness, which I've had smoky beers. I don't love anything smoky. I don't love smoked meats. I don't love smokiness in my beers.
Yeah.
But this smokiness was not the traditional smokiness I get in a beer. Usually the smokiness in a beer is, like, how would you describe it? Like,
it's kind of like a campfire. Like
campfire, right. Like a campfire.
Or cooking steaks or
smoke,
something like that.
Right.
It's like that
exactly.
flavored smoke.
Or when you're smoking meats, like that kind of smoke.
Right.
This is a legit ashtray smoke that, again, I grew up with grandparents that smoked.
Yeah.
And I experimented with smoking back in the day. So this is very much that smokiness, which is pretty crazy. So it does remind me of drinking beer and smoking a cigarette.
Right.
Like you get, that's the kind of the taste left in my mouth.
Which, if that's your thing, you will love this beer. I
That's
think
what I
this
think.
beer has a direction. Like it, I've never had a beer like this for sure. It's unique, right?
I think this beer is going to appeal to a ton of people. So if you like to get up in the morning, pour your cup of coffee or espresso and fire up a stogie,
Yeah.
you know.
Or even in the evening after you've had dinner and you're
Right.
sitting around having your cigarette before you go to sleep or something, having
Exactly.
a beer. Yeah, I don't even know how you get this aroma. I don't.
I know.
It's crazy.
Anyway, I gave it a 3.8 out of 4.0.
Yeah, it's almost a 4.
The appearance I thought was impressive.
Yeah.
And I also gave it a really high rating on the texture. I think it was well above a 6.7.
Yeah, and smooth.
Smooth,
Yeah.
creamy.
Yeah.
Despite anything else, like to truly take in the texture.
Yeah.
I really appreciated that, and I think they did a great job there.
Yeah.
And I thank you again, dude, on a beer trip for sending me this.
Interesting beer.
Yeah. I've never had anything else like it.
Yeah.
And, I still look forward to going to Rio Bravo.
Yeah,
I love the name.
Yeah, the place looks great and love to try their beer.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. So, hopefully we make it that way.
Oh, yeah,
and
definitely make it back to New Mexico.
Yeah. So, what's
Yeah.
your take?
I gave it a 2.9, so right there, average, right there at a 3. I'm kind of all over the place with this beer. I thought it looked pretty good. It was okay for a 6.7. The aroma was completely different than anything I've had. And then the taste had the bitterness. And then the texture was amazing. I thought the texture of this beer is great. And then the finish had that acidic kind of ashiness to it. So it's a very complex beer. There's so much going on with this beer.
Right.
It's none of my flavors. I love the texture of this beer, the smoothness and the body of it. It's just everything else is just not my flavors. But I could see how this would appeal to certain people because it is a unique beer.
Yeah.
Really unique. And I don't know if that comes from the Pinon coffee that they use. I don't know, that's specially made in Albuquerque, and maybe there are certain flavors that in New Mexico and Albuquerque they like.
Right.
And so,
sought after flavors.
exactly.
Right?
And so maybe that's part of it. So that would be interesting too, which I would love to even try their coffee. It's just interesting, but it's an interesting beer. But I gave it a 2.9, so right there, almost average. Yeah. So Gumbo Mud Review is a 3.35. So not bad for a beer that's kind of all over the place, and we're kind of like a little confused by like it's a trippy beer, man.
I feel like we both have just a crazy breath.
It is amazing that it has that aroma.
I know.
It's amazing.
I do think it's probably specific to that region. I think this is probably a popular taste, or
Could be.
the smokiness.
Right. I don't mind smoky beers. It's the ashiness that kind of comes from it. Like you said, it's like a cigarette ashtray or something. It's really trippy. It's something you guys have to experience. I really think you do. You have to try to find this beer and have it, because it's nothing like I've ever had, and I've been drinking dark beers for 30 years. So this is nothing like I've ever had. So
You're an alcoholic. 30 years of drinking.
well, you've been drinking for probably that long too. It's just not dark beer. So anyway, Gumbo Mud Review is a 3.35 for Pinon Coffee Porter by Rio Bravo Brewing Company out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. So, woo! Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching our video.
Yeah, thanks for watching this review.
If you have this is our first New Mexico beer. We have others, thanks, courtesy of Dude on a Beer Trip, which we will bring you soon.
Yeah.
If you can suggest any other, we'd like to stick to darks.
Yeah, only darks.
So if you can suggest other New Mexico breweries or other dark beers within New Mexico that we should try, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
So please message us in the comments.
Yeah, please. And thank you guys for watching this review, and click the like and share button and share it with everyone in New Mexico. And click the subscribe button for more dark beer reviews.
Yes. You can find us on Instagram. We're at Gumbo Mud, MUDD. And we always put out a post with our newest YouTube releases and all sorts of other special content along the way. We do giveaways, all sorts of fun stuff.
And we trade beer, so.
We do. And again, please find my friend, Dude on a Beer Trip.
Yes. Yeah.
At Dude on a Beer Trip.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, follow him on Instagram and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching this review, and we'll see you guys on the next one. So
thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.